Hello and welcome to an episode of Atomic Vinyl Reviews. My name's Jacob and today I'm doing a supplementary video to my last upload. So if you've been following the channel, you'd know that my last upload was on November 3rd, that being Godzilla's birthday, and that was an AVR news video, which basically I was covering as many upcoming brand new figure releases as I could and detailing them and giving you my thoughts about those. However, since then I've realized I did miss out on a few key things, and a couple of other few really cool things have come up that I do want to talk about. So this is going to be a little bit of a mishmash video of a couple of different topics. But first of all, I want to start off by talking about a figure which I absolutely have to talk about because, well, it's my holy grail figure, or at least it has been for a very long time, and finally it's getting a re-release. It is the X Plus 30cm series Yuji Sakai Modeling Collection Godzilla 1954 figure. Oh my god, I've been searching for this thing all over the internet for years. Like, I know the original figure didn't come out that long ago, years-wise, but I completely was oblivious to it when it did come out, and ever since then, it has just been completely nowhere to be found. Like, even all the other Yuji Sakai modeling collection figures from X Plus, all of them seem to have been accessible as long as you had overwhelmingly large amounts of money to throw at them, because they got really expensive really quickly after they sold out or the pre-orders ended. However, this particular one just was nowhere to be found. It was almost like it didn't exist when you were searching all over the internet and all the second-hand places like eBay or some of the Japanese auction sites, or God knows where. I searched everywhere for this thing. I could not find a used one for sale anywhere, not even for exorbitant amounts of money. Because of Godzilla's birthday, they finally decided to re-release it, and oh my god, I jumped on the opportunity. This particular one is a Godzilla Store limited version, so this is some sort of a colored repaint, because I think the original one was done completely in black and white tones to emulate the original movie. However, this one is a Godzilla Store limited repaint suit colored edition, so I'm just guessing that means that he has, like, you know, his teeth and gums and tongue and stuff colored in with sort of actual colored paint as opposed to being grayscale, which works just fine for me. I've also seen Awesome Collector. That store was selling pre-orders of this one recently, but they've been capped fully. The best bet is probably to use a proxy site like Zen Market and buy from the Godzilla store if you guys live out of Japan like I do, to actually get your hands on this one. I really should have brought this one up in my previous video, but I only just found out about it right after. The reason this one is my holy grail figure, or has been for so long, is that I really love the 54 design. I think just it's one of the best and the most classic Godzilla designs out there. However, I'm really picky when it comes to the figures of this particular design. I think almost none of them actually are perfect. They almost all just irritate me on some little subtle level. Same with a lot of Shin Godzilla figures. I think aside from the Kyoto figure, almost 90% of the figures of Shin Godzilla, they just kind of like, they're cool and great, and you can definitely tell they're Shin Godzilla, but they're just slightly off, and it bugged me quite a bit. And it's the same thing with the 1954 Godzilla. I have a whole bunch of 54 figures, even the 30cm X Plus that came out back in the day, and almost none of them are right. I even have the Van Presto figure, which is also sculpted by Yuji Sakai, and the Monster Arts figure of the 54, which I think those two are probably the closest as far as the figures that I have, especially the Monster Arts. But ever since I saw photos of this particular X Plus figure, I just have not been satisfied with any other 1954 Godzilla figure because they just were all not quite right. But this one in particular looks so photo perfect to how he looked in that movie that I just needed it. The whole thing about it being so difficult to find just gave it this extra level of exclusivity. And so it's just been something I've been hunting for so long, and yeah, I jumped on it the moment I could, so I have this thing pre-ordered. It's not gonna come out for a long time until, let's see, scheduled for late April to early May 2022. That's gonna be a long time, a bit of a long wait for this one, but I think it's really worth it. So fingers crossed that all goes smoothly with the proxy buying service, because I use Zen Market to pick this one up. Because I've never done pre-orders from the Godzilla store through them, so I'm interested to see how that'll come out. But yeah, I'm actually absolutely stoked for this figure. I think, yeah, it's probably the best sculpt of the 54 Godzilla out there. And I just implore you guys, if you're a fan of the 54, try and seek this one out. I don't think you will have any regrets of this one. The next thing I forgot to mention, or rather I didn't know at the time, I don't remember, because I'm actually filming this, as you can see, on the 10th of the 11th, so it's been a little while since the 3rd, so I don't really remember. But nonetheless, the next thing I wanted to talk about is Bandai are actually putting out a brand new Hedorah vinyl in their Movie Monster Series. Here's some photos of it. I think it looks absolutely delightful, and I'm gonna try and pick this one up if I can, because I'm a huge fan of Hedorah. And we've been getting lots and lots of Hedorah related stuff recently because, of course, it's the 50th anniversary of Godzilla vs. Hedorah, so there's been lots of Hedorah themed stuff. Now, I actually did recently pick up a Hedorah Bandai vinyl from the Godzilla store. It's this like weird retro painted fancy variant version of them that I've got right here, and I'm not actually 100% sure if this Hedorah that we're looking at in the photos here is actually just a repaint of the same one that I just picked up from the Godzilla store, or if it's a brand new mold. But actually, kind of comparing them just now, it does look like it's gonna be I'm actually leaning towards it being a brand new mold. A completely brand new sculpt. So that's really cool, because I actually haven't compared the two in hand or till now, just looking at the photos here and the one that I actually own here, and it's a little tricky to tell because Hedorah design wise is a bit chaotic. However, it does look like it's got to be a new mold, a completely new sculpt. So that's really cool. I'm going to try and pick this one up as well when it's available. I think there are pre-orders available on Awesome Collector as well for this one. So maybe I'll do that. Their shipping is a bit of a pain though, but we'll see. Regardless, this is one of the other brand new release figures that I forgot to mention in my previous video. I'm really looking forward to this one because I'm also hoping that he's going to be slightly bigger in scale, because Hedorah is actually a really big monster. So the original movie that had Godzilla vs. Hedorah, Godzilla was actually quite low compared to Hedorah height-wise. As you can see, like where Hedorah's arms are, kind of in the middle of his body. And if you imagine that's like a man in a rubber suit, you'd have the same sort of sized person playing Godzilla. So Godzilla's head would probably be just under Hedorah's eyes or thereabouts. So Hedorah's quite a big kaiju. Whereas the previous Bandai vinyl we got here is actually quite short as far as Bandai vinyls go. He's quite small, so I don't really have any Godzillas to scale that well with him. Same goes for the YMSF figure that I have of Hedorah. They're also kind of short looking. So that's something to bear in mind, and I hope this one will be a little bit bigger. But even if it's not, another Hedorah in my collection will always be a positive, so I'm definitely going to try and pick this one up, because Hedorah, for the longest time, has also been one of those, obscure Showa-era kaiju that just never seemed to get any decent figures made of them. So this kind of boom in figures that we're getting of Hedorah is really great, because, yeah, it's just something we haven't really got before. So I'm glad we got the Hedorah 50th anniversary going on at the moment. Speaking of which, that actually brings me up to another topic which I'm actually going to do a separate video on. Because of Hedorah's 50th anniversary, Toho put together a little short of Godzilla versing Hedorah. I have not watched it yet, but I'm really excited to see what it's like. They actually used the Final Wars variants of both Godzilla and Hedorah, I guess because they were the only suits that they had in storage, and they actually made it a live action pseudomation, version of them battling together. I've only seen photos and really short clips of it, but I think it goes for like 6 minutes, 6 to 8 minutes, something like that. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm probably going to film a full-on live reaction to that and let you guys know what I think of it. Hopefully I won't have to edit it down too much because Toho can be a bit of a pain when it comes to copyright, so I don't know how that'll go, but I'm going to attempt it and I'm going to attempt to upload it. But yeah, here's my Bandai vinyl of the Final Wars Hedorah and Godzilla, and here's I'm not even sure who made this figure of a Hedorah here, but it's kind of like it about scales up perfectly with this Godzilla here, and it's the same Hedorah from the Final Wars film, just to give you guys a little idea of what the battle's gonna be like. So that's something I'm gonna be putting out a video on really soon. If you don't see a video about that in the next week or so, that probably means Toho blocked it, so I can't really do anything about that, but we'll see. So I'm super excited about that because from what I've seen, it looks really cool. Really cool. So be sure to stick around for that. Before I get to the last little topic, I did want to address something that I've noticed in the comments. People have been asking whether I'm going to be reviewing the bootleg version of the Godzilla vs. Kong Monster Arts Godzilla. So yeah, there is actually a bootleg out there. You can get it on AliExpress and probably from eBay too, from China, for pretty cheap, around $30, of the 2021 Godzilla. And I'm actually still on the fence whether I'm actually going to pick up that figure or not, let alone do a review of it. I am leaning towards maybe doing it since a lot of people are asking about it, so perhaps if there's a lot of comments down below saying, oh yeah, please do a review of it, then I'll actually go out of my way to actually order one and do a review of it. But at the moment, I don't really need another sort of 6-inch scale Godzilla 2021, 2019, the Legendary Pictures Monsterverse version of them in this sort of scale. I don't really need another figure of them, let alone a bootleg version in my collection. So I personally don't really feel like getting that figure, but if you guys are really insistent, I might do it just for review reasons. I do know that I've kind of become the go-to guy for bootleg Godzilla figures, and especially the bootleg Monster Arts stuff that's available on AliExpress. So, maybe I will, but at the moment I'm on the fence. So just putting that out there. Now, let's jump to, I think it's the last topic I have to talk about with you guys, and this is especially talking to Australian Godzilla fans. So, something I found out very recently is that there are now Godzilla t-shirts at, I don't even know how to pronounce this store's name, but you can get them at, what's it called? It's spelled UNIQLO. Uniqlo. It's a Japanese store chain that sells kind of posh, fancy clothing. And you may have seen it's got this red and white logo. And I actually got the bag here. There we go. Uniqlo Livewear. They've actually got Godzilla shirts being sold here in Australia, and I picked a bunch of them up, and they're all really nice. So this is probably my favorite one, Godzilla against, Now, to the final thing I want to talk about in this video. So this particularly is a message to Australian Godzilla fans, because I don't really know whether this applies to people in the US or the UK, for example. I'm not really sure if they have these items in stores over there, but at least here in Australia, I found out that a store, I'm not really sure 100% how you pronounce it. I think it's Uniqlo, something like that. UNIQLO. It's a Japanese chain that sells kind of expensive, posh clothing and streetwear. They're quite common around here. The logo actually over here. There we go, on this nice paper bag. I found out recently they got Godzilla shirts in stock, and I got a bunch of them, and they're really, really nice. So yeah, let's take a look at these ones. So this is my favorite one here. It's Mothra against Godzilla, done in this nice foresty brown-green color shirt. I got this cool photo poster art here, really cool. I got a bunch of them off to the side here. Yeah, I went a bit crazy. Luckily they were actually on sale as well. They cost about $14 each. Originally they were about 20 bucks. Got some Godzilla vs. Kong ones. As so, again, it's very simple, but it's a nice quality cotton shirt. Here you got a 54. There we go, looking really cool. Just a picture of the 54 Godzilla. This one's actually kind of interesting because on the front, it's got like this weird little cute Godzilla looking thing. And on the back, we actually got some Destroy All Monsters art. So there's a bunch of these things, and I'm just going to jump to actually their website and just show you guys all the designs. So here we go, we're on the Uniqlo, whatever you call it, website. I've just searched up Godzilla, and these are all the shirts they have in stock. Now, I bought basically all of them, except for this Godzilla vs. Kong one. So, yeah, I showed off most of them to you, except for this Mecha Godzilla one here, which is actually kind of funny, because it's literally just like a really narrow picture of Mecha Godzilla and just says Mecha Godzilla. But yeah, really cool. And as you can see, they're $14.90, used to be $19.90, blah, 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 blah. They're good quality shirts. I actually recommend picking them up. It's just another thing that I'm really glad about, because just living in the world at this current time, it's just so different to like 10 years ago when you're searching for any sort of Godzilla merchandise. Like, I remember just trying so hard to find any sort of Godzilla merch or any sort of Godzilla related stuff, and your best bet was really just eBay at that time. But nowadays we can actually find some stuff in physical stores, more so than even just like NECA figures, or now we got, you know, Playmates figures abundantly just in bloody Kmart. And now we're getting some Godzilla shirts, and like a big part of it really is down to like the MonsterVerse films that came out recently, I bet. But I'm just so glad about it. We're really living in this sort of kaiju renaissance, which is very exciting. And I'm trying my best to pick up as much cool Godzilla related stuff as I can while we're in this time, because, you know, who knows when it's gonna end. There we go. There's my Mecha Godzilla shirt. They come with these cool tags as well. Nice Heisei Godzilla in red there. Real cool. And also I wanted to show you guys, this is just irrelevant, but I got this Gamera 2 printed shirt. I got it made on AliExpress, or, you know, I got it from a seller on AliExpress, rather, who already had this kind of print showing in one of their listings as advertised. So I ordered one of these. It's a really nice shirt as well. So if you're kind of interested in where I got this, I might be able to send a link to you guys if you ask about it in the comments below. And I think that is it for this video, guys. I've got a lot of other little videos coming out later this week. I've just filmed a few of them. A couple to do with, say, some Playmates figures which may have shown up. And again, I'm going to be doing that reaction to the Godzilla vs. Hedorah short that recently came out. So fingers crossed that Toho does not block that, but I've got a feeling that they will. Regardless, that is it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. I know it's been a bit of a muddly, crazy video, but I really did want to tell you guys about these upcoming figures, because they are really exciting. and about these cool shirts, because I wouldn't have known about these at all if somebody hadn't actually clued me in that they actually existed. So I'm trying to help you guys out in the same way. So yeah, that is it for this video, guys. I hope to see you in one of my future ones, but until then, may all your vinyl be a radiated vinyl. Over and out. Bye.